What's going on, guys? This is Miguel. Here's your 5-minute core workout. What that is we're going to take 9 movements. We're going to do 30 seconds of each one consecutively with a rest period in the end. Here we go. So, our very first movement here is a low plank. What we're going to do is get on our forearms, step back. We want those shoulders to go right over the elbow there. Little trick here is I'm going to keep my quads flexed and squeeze the glutes as well. I want to keep a nice rigid body here, pressing my elbows down into the floor, opening up those shoulder blades and getting a nice stable position. You can hold here or just press your palms on the floor as well, but you want a little bit of space with your arms in between. We have 10 more seconds here. And all right, next up, we got the side plank. So we're gonna get our forearm down here. Again, shoulders over the elbow. I can step into my side plank position like so. If you wanna modify that, you can bend your knees and lift your hips from there. And here we go. All right, we gotta do the other side. So here we go. Let's get on the other side again. Shoulders right over the elbow there. Hands are nice and relaxed. Gonna lift the hips. You can choose your modifier. And here we go. Next up here, we have a bridge position. So I want my feet about hip width apart here. Points of contact remain on the floor from the toes to the heels. We're gonna lift those hips up, press the knees away from the body, tuck that pelvis in, and let's maintain this position. Next up, we're gonna get a little bit more dynamic here. We're gonna be in a high plank position. We're gonna do mountain climbers. So again, I wanna get in that high plank, get the shoulders over the wrist there, or a little bit slightly back if you wanna protect your wrist. Again, it's gonna start just like I did my plank. We're gonna start to move those legs. I wanna tap my toes down and then bring my legs back to that high plank position. And let's alternate that step. On the bird dog, so I'm gonna alternate that arm and leg reach. Again, shoulders over the wrist, knees about shoulder width apart. Keep me nice and even. I wanna extend, alternate that arm and leg, bring it back, reach out for about 2 seconds, and then I'll transfer over to the other side, maintaining a nice stable core. All right, next up, we're on our back once again. We're gonna do what's called a hollow hold. So first things first, you wanna tuck that pelvis. Make sure that you reduce that space in that lower back area. You're gonna start from a knees elevated position or legs extended position, more advanced. From this position, I wanna get the arms about 45 degrees. Maintain that crunch position. If you wanna make it a little bit more challenging, you can crunch up here as well and wanna maintain that hold while we keep our lower back pressed onto the floor. Again, you can modify by bending the knees as well and maintaining that contraction in the abdominal area. All right, next up, let's challenge those obliques with some Russian twist here. Slight bend on the knee, nice tall seated position here. You can interlock those fingers, reach out in front of you, maintain that nice tall stable position, and we'll rotate side to side here, keeping the head forward so the emphasis is placed on that torso rotation. And last but not least, we're going to finish up on that high plank position with some shoulder taps. So a bit more dynamic, kind of like the mountain climbers for your upper body here. So again, shoulders over the wrist. Want to slowly reach across to my opposite shoulder. Tap that, hold it for a second. So you work on some nice core stability. You want to reduce any swing of the hips there. Again, you want to shoot for 5 minutes there, but you can rest in between about a minute, and you can do 2 or 3 or 4 rounds if you want a little bit more of a challenge. Try it today.